Good night. I'm here with few words. 51 years of living, 51 years of learning, 51 years of life experience. Should I say life ordeals? I cannot comprehend how the most peaceful people are the ones being tormented by the worst ones. I cannot comprehend it. Um, out of my 51 years of living, for the past few months, I have learned. I have learned a lot. But among the things that I learned, one is very, very important. I had a boyfriend. Gene Wallen was very loving, caring. I was in high school and he was already working for the government of Haiti. Very gentle. He didn't come see me every night. He come every other day. When he comes, he doesn't come to stay and talk to me. He comes to just drop me an envelope, a white envelope with 4 pieces of papers inside of it each time, every other day. In his hands, a white envelope, beautiful handwriting on the back of the envelope, and he just handed it to me. A kiss on the cheek, or sometimes a kiss on the forehead. Then he would go and spend hours outside talking to my sisters and my neighbors. But me, I'm inside the house. He was like a daddy to me. Now, if you're picking up, pull over. Or if you're a spy, go on. If you're picking up, pull over. If you're a spy, go on. Okay. I guess you are a spy. Okay. But I never asked him any question why he does the things he do. He would spend hours outside on the porch joking, giving like quick crack jokes with my sister. Not sisters, one sister, and then the landlord. And he would just come to the dining table where I sit reading the papers that he gave me, checking on me and say hello. That's a boyfriend, okay? um, when I open the envelopes, it always have 4 pieces of papers. 4, never 3, never 2, never 5, always 4. Beautiful handwriting. I read them, let's say read its past in the back in the 90s. I read every single one of them. He called me Dadu. The only question I asked, why do you call me Dadu? I like the name and it fits you. Dadu. He called me Dadu. Okay. And I read the letters every other day. He brings me 4 pieces of papers. Gene Woolen died, but we broke up before he died. He died years after we broke up. Conspiracy of my sister Lala, the one who died in 2024. She plotted with the landlord and told Jean Wollen a lie or something that I said. They added to it. I said somebody kissed me, and then they went and said that I did something with somebody. Even though Jean Wollen loved me very much and he proved it, he would travel, his family had money. Yeah. And he would tell me, if you need something, just call me at work and I'll just bring it to you, meaning money. But I never asked, except one time. And when I finally called him at work and asked him for $50, he said, you call me for $50. And he said, I said, that's all I need. He was like, okay, then I'll bring it over. He came by. I cleaned his nails, I did his manicure, and then he gave me the $50 and then he went back to work. Now I'm saying that's how cool we were. It doesn't touch me, no intimacy, or just bring me letters. Letters I read because he said he wants me for a wife. No wonder my sisters were jealous of me because I find good men early on in life. Because the very first boyfriend, when I was 14, didn't touch me and went and asked for my family for me. I was 14, he went and asked for me. And then my family said, if you love him, you can be boyfriend and girlfriend. Me, I was like, he's okay. And then we went together, 15 months together, never touched me. 15 months because he said he wants me for wife as well. The day he finally touched me, the same week we broke up. After 15 months together, he touched me and then we broke up that same week. The second one, we were 9 months together. He touched me one time too. This is why people, if I'm writing down names of people that I've been with and the ones that molested me, neighbors and things like that, you would think like, oh, she's no. The people touch me one time. I'm like, oh. But I didn't know that there was a pattern, but I didn't know I was a child too. I didn't know. The first one who asked for me when I was 14, in 2011, I find out he was 40 something. Then I ask him, if you are 40 something and I'm still in my 30s, therefore you were about 15 years older than me, weren't you? He didn't say yes, he just smiled. And I'm like, no wonder. I said, no wonder you knew how to go and ask for a lady's hand. He said, all right. So I'm showing how the past few months I learned about love. Although they didn't touch me and like wasted me because they wanted me for wife, they always had somebody else that they playing with, meaning they come with third party. Jean Wollen didn't come with a third party. I was the only woman, but the problem started because of ex of his were coming from the United States and come to Haiti, and then the landlord and my sister plotted and make us break up. I was loved. People who care for me, people, two men. So when I was the two first boyfriend date somebody who was a bit older than me, didn't touch me either. Oh my God, what's going on? My mom was aware of the relationship. This is the time when I was coming from his house. I got raped at gunpoint. Um, and when he find out that I was raped, this is the time that he touched me one time to show to me that he was not afraid of me. The past few months, full of emotion without heart. I never knew that was possible because to me, I thought if there is no emotion, the heart have so much emotion, but the heart is not engaged. I'm not getting it. I don't really get it, but it looks like I learned about that. And that also taught is still teaching me not to let my heart get involved. Yeah, now I learned that it is possible to love and you with emotion without the heart. Hmm. Because that's the heart lets you do certain things that please one another. So if the heart is not involved, there is no such thing. You just, it sounds like you make deals with the individual. It doesn't look like love. It doesn't sound like love. But how can it be love with so much emotion without the heart? I may never find an answer for it. And I have questions for God, the God of the Bible, the God that I learned when I was a child, that God. Because what I am learning now about relationship, I question if it is really the God of the Bible. Yes, I am still learning to keep my heart to myself because this is what I see. This is what I experience. Love even is involved crying and crying and crying and crying to yourself. It's gonna sound like it's because I am shocked because I didn't know that was possible. Yeah. I didn't know that was possible to keep the heart to yourself and then still love somebody. But again, it doesn't sound like love. It doesn't. You feel it, but it does not show that it is love. Emotion. When there is emotion, the heart has to be involved in order to have emotion. I may never have an answer for this. I only came with few words. I learned how to love without my heart. And I thank God for that, what I'm going through. Loving someone that you might never know, and then you feel like you are living inside of them because every shit about them you are in your head, you know them. But yet the heart is not involved, keeping the two separate. There was a time that I commented on his platform, I wanna run to you. I wanna run to you. At that time, my heart was involved. My heart was involved at that time. I never knew that God would ask you to open your heart for a married man. I never knew that. That's why I have question for God. Is he the God of the Bible? I never knew God would open your heart for some married men. Especially God knows my morals and values. I would never fall for a married man. Not to mention the man is involved with my sister. I don't get it. I don't get it. Because every time I try to separate myself from the chaos, he would send message and just say, don't get involved. Don't get involved. But meanwhile, when I try to remove myself, then he will send message and say, don't you dare walk away from this man. So what is this? I don't get it. And because of that, I am stuck somewhere. I am stuck somewhere. Because I used to move around because of the shift. I remain in one spot thinking the shift was gonna happen. Otherwise, I would have been gone somewhere else. I am staying here being tortured with witchcraft. You should see my home. My home is full of witchcraft. Not that I worry or scared of them, I don't, otherwise I would move already. But I am in one spot because of the shift. Father God, are you the God of the Bible? The God of the Bible. Open my heart to a man, a married man, and also involved with my sister. I never knew this was possible. The heart is not involved. The heart might be involved with the other woman because there is a back and forth. there is a back and forth. So with the back and forth, you know that the heart is involved there. But why is God keeping me in this when the heart of the individual is not open for me? Yeah, he says I have his heart, but it's not open. Are you the God of the Bible? I may never have an answer for this. Loving with emotion without the heart involvement. Love full of emotion without quantum love. This is so new. Can it be real? Quantum love. Every time the person pass by, you know the person is in your orbit because your chest jump. The love kind of exists because every time the person comes around or pass by, something in your chest jump. Besides that feeling in the chest, you wouldn't know that you even have someone who loves you. What a love. Quantum love. That's what I call it. I only came forward with a few words. Quantum love is a tough love. You know how when you have children, sometimes because you want them to be disciplined and have morals, so you give them a bit of tough love so they can put themselves together, get themselves together. Yeah, that's the love of a daddy for his children. Quantum love. Think about it.